Welcome back to Second Act Sobriety. I'm Dr. Donald Crowe. I practiced medicine for 40 years and I've been sober for nearly 28. And something surprising those decades taught me is this. The second month of sobriety is the most treacherous. Most people assume the very beginning, the first week, the detox, the shakes. That's the hardest part. And yes, those first days are challenging. But what I've seen both in my patients and in my own life is that the real minefield doesn't come until after those first 30 days. That's when the transition from getting sober to staying sober begins. You make it through a month. You're clear-headed. You feel better. The fog lifts. Logically, you think the worst should be behind you. But here's the trap. That's exactly when the danger really begins. The novelty has worn off. The urgency that drove you, those terrible hangovers, the family fights, the job on the line, those fade into memory. The benefits plateau. You go from feeling amazing compared to the misery of drinking to feeling normal. And normal doesn't feel as motivating. That dip in enthusiasm, that plateau, creates the perfect opening for relapse. I like to picture it like this. The first month of sobriety is like bailing water from a sinking boat. You grab the bucket, you bail like crazy to keep yourself afloat. That's survival. That's the emergency phase. But here's the truth. Bailing water doesn't fix the hole. By month 2, the urgency to bail slows down. You're not drowning anymore, but the leak is still there. If you don't start repairing the boat, if you don't start doing the deeper work, eventually you're going down. That's why the second month is so perilous. The crisis feels over, but the real work hasn't even begun. Hell, you don't even know what the real work is. And into that quiet space creeps what I call the great lie. Your brain starts whispering, "You're fine now. You've learned your lesson. This time it will be different." And so the bargaining begins. No hard liquor, just wine. Only on weekends, just 1 or 2. And sometimes it even seems to work for a short while, which makes the lie even more convincing, until the old cycle comes roaring back with even more shame, more bewilderment, and more desperation that keep an individual trapped. I've watched this great lie steal more lives than anything else. And the reason is simple. Very few people in early sobriety truly accept that they have a medical condition, not a willpower issue, a condition that makes returning to controlled drinking impossible. That's a hard truth to swallow. It took me longer than I'd like to admit, and yes, another relapse before I finally accepted it. But once I accepted it, the hard work of recovery became relevant. Because if you don't accept you're sick, you don't need treatment. I've been in thousands of meetings and I've met countless people starting their first days of sobriety. And I've seen the pattern over and over. The first danger zone is obvious. The first week when withdrawal is screaming at you, and many never make it past that point. But the second danger zone, the second month, is often the saddest. Because by then you can already see the possibility in people. They look healthier. They've started rebuilding the trust in their lives. And the light is coming back into their eyes. And then they vanish. The lucky come back, ashamed, saying, "I thought I had it beat." The unlucky completely disappear. That's why I call month 2 the most treacherous of all. So how do you avoid the second month trap? First, understand this. Abstinence is only the doorway. It's vital. You can't build a sober life without it. But it's not the destination. Recovery isn't about the absence of drinking. It's about the presence of a new life. And that means plugging the hole in the boat. It means building connections, because you're not alone. It means finding examples, mentors, people who've walked down this road. And it means accepting that your old life, the one you built around drinking, cannot come with you. You have to make space for something new. So let me leave you with this. Sobriety is not about white-knuckling a life of deprivation. The true goal is to build a life so good, so meaningful, that you no longer want to drink. That's what I found after nearly 28 years of sobriety, and I promise you, drinking does not mean giving up anything real. It means opening the door to the life you deserve. Thanks for watching. If you're approaching or in your second month, stay alert, stay connected. And remember, the bad news is you're not cured. But the good news is the best is still ahead of you. If this resonated with you, please subscribe to Second Act Sobriety. Check out these other videos. Ring the bell, give us a like, and comment below. I'm Dr. Donald Crowe, and I'll see you in the next one.